Hello, welcome. Welcome. This is the global community for adults who are healing CPTSD. My name is Athena, and we have all been gathering here about once a week for 10 years now. It's such a joy to be here with you. We are healing. We are healing trauma together. So I warmly welcome you to our community. If this is your very first time here with us, I welcome you to join the chat box if chatting back and forth with others feels supportive and helpful for you and your unique healing journey. And your journey is unique. There are 7 billion different ways to heal. Your journey is different than mine, and his is different than hers, and theirs is different than all of ours. So welcome. As we've been doing recently, we have a theme this week. And this week's theme is welcoming breathing room. And our question is, what does welcoming breathing room look like for you? What are some ways that we can welcome breathing room? If you can hear my neighbor's dog, her name is Maya. She is keeping me safe. I feel very safe under the watchful eye of Maya. Maya will be silent the entire day, and the moment I hit record, Maya will protect me. But really, thank you. Thank you for being here. It is one of the highlights of my week to be here with you. So, what does welcoming breathing room look like for you? We have our meditation written by Morgan Harper Nichols. Her artwork is what you see up on the screen. Her website is The Storyteller. We also have our compassionate healing strategy written by Dr. Ariel Schwartz. And we have our Loving the Self affirmation written by Lisa A. Romano. And as we've been doing this past year, we have some guided breath work. We're going to be doing some box breathing together. And we will start our time together with a quote by Young Pueblo from his most recent book, The Way Forward. All keeping within the theme and the question. The theme of breathing room and the question, what does welcoming breathing room look like for you? So I just want to check in and say hello to those who are here with us. It is so lovely to be healing right beside you. For anyone who's ever in crisis, please go to cptsdfoundation.org/crisis resources and contact someone on that list, because this is not crisis support. This is the internet. And more importantly, it's social media. So while we do have amazing moderators like John Harvey and Ninja Taco, Vi and Kira, we cannot guarantee that we will not have potato trolls or other types of bots and unsavory characters. This YouTube channel is sponsored by the Foundation for Post-Traumatic Healing and Complex Trauma Research, also known as CPTSDfoundation.org. And if you'd like to join us in between these weekly chat sessions, you can join us every day. There's a link in the pinned comment and also a link in the chat box. So warm welcome to you, John Harvey. Hello back to you. I'm waving back to you, Jeffrey Sherman. Hello. I'm sending you smiles and hearts also. Hello to you, Joe. I'm sending you a heart right back. Hello to you, George. So good to see you. Hello, family. You all are my family, my friendly family of choice. Hello, Craig. It's so good to see you. I'm offering you hugs as well. Safe hugs offered right back to you and warmly received on my end. Hello, Midnight Blue. Hi, I'm sending you purple hearts right back. Hello to you, Jennifer. Oh no, I hope you can hear me. I'm so sorry. Oh good. Oh, I'm glad you can hear me now. John Harvey says, breathing room for me is a mile between me and another person and some chocolate cake. Sounds absolutely lovely. Thank you for that, John Harvey. I needed a nice big smile and a laugh. Laughter heals. Laughter heals. Midnight Blue says, being here is welcoming breathing room. Oh, my hand is on my heart. Thank you. Thank you, Midnight Blue. George says, breathing room for me is like Simon and Garfunkel's Sound of Silence. Ooh, I love that. Hello, Ninja Taco. So good to see you, Recovery Buddy. My hand is on my heart. Always so good to see you. Yes, John Harvey. Your words do make me smile. Hello, Mandy J and Lil J. So good to see you. So good to see you as always. Our theme this week is welcoming breathing room. And I would love to know what welcoming breathing room looks like for you, Ninja Taco. And for you, Mandy J and Lil J. Joe says, breathing room for me is spaciousness. I love that, spaciousness. So we will begin our time together. I'm going to get a sip of water. I want to invite you to get very comfortable. Whenever I sit down to be with you on Mondays, my tummy starts this digestive, like that parasympathetic state of rest and digest. And I'm just so at ease being here with you. Jeffrey Sherman says, breathing room for me is associating with others who are conscientious and compassionate. It's sincerity, true connection, and freedom from emotional manipulation. I love that. Yes, I love that. Yeah, George says, absolutely. Midnight Blue says, nice. Ninja Taco says, breathing room for me is behind a locked door with calm music and doing something creative. I love that. I see you. I see you. So again, please feel free to close down your eyes if that feels comfortable. Feel free to get a glass of water. I'm gonna actually put my hair up in like a bun so that it's nice and cool here. Here we go. So, Young Pueblo, there are two quotes side by side here that I thought were really great for tonight. Page 60 and 61 of Young Pueblo's most recent book, The Way Forward. And he says, people who are willing to grow emit an attractive vibe. Even if you are just starting on your journey, being comfortable with moving beyond old limits gives off a special energy that calls in other emotionally mature people. I love that. Young Pueblo says, what can you do to connect with your true purpose and gifts? When you start turning inward to heal and let go, you remove layers of heavy conditioning and trauma that have been blocking your natural creativity from coming forward. When your mind is lighter, it will more easily connect with its talents and genuine aspirations, and you will find a way to use those talents to serve others. I love that. And it is so true, right? It doesn't have to be anything overly complicated. It can be something so simple. So we will be beginning our breath work now. Again, please feel free to close down the eyes if that feels safe and comfortable, or please leave your eyes open if that feels more comfortable and supportive for you. So on our box breathing, we're going to breathe in for 4 counts. We're going to pause for 4 counts. We will breathe out for 4 counts. And we will pause for 4 counts. And we will do that together 4 times. I will lead us and count us in on our first breath together and on our 4th breath together. And we'll be on our own on our 2nd and our 3rd breath together. Let us begin in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. On your own now. Again. Last time together now in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Beautiful. Great breath work, everybody. Great job. Very warm welcome to you if you're here for the very first time. Hello and a warm welcome to you, Erin. My name is Athena, and we've all been coming here together about once a week for about 10 years now. We have a theme every week, and this week's theme is Welcoming Breathing Room. So that was our quote and our breath work, and now we are going to have our meditation by Morgan Harper Nichols. So here we go. Morgan says, if you've ever done live performances before, such as theater, music, or dance, then you may have some concept of needing to be stage ready. The importance of pre-show preparation often entails being fully dressed and in position well before curtain call. This necessity of readiness often entails completing all warm-ups and run-throughs before the audience is admitted. just as performers prepare extensively to be stage ready, we may at times find ourselves having to prepare to perform in our daily lives. Work meetings, difficult conversations, social gatherings. And not only do we have to be present and do our part, but we also have to be mentally and emotionally prepared for the demands of these roles. And in this way, any kind of, quote, performing in daily life becomes about so much more than simply doing the task. About hidden pressures that others might not even notice. And even when you love the craft, it can still take a lot out of you. And even if you are not in a position where you are able to stop everything in life for a long, rejuvenating break, just recognizing your need for space when you don't have to be in preparation mode, this is a starting point. You are free to begin considering things that you may like to change. A place where I can just be myself for a little bit and catch up on the things that are important to me. Or a setting where we don't have to engage in every social expectation, or an environment where you can talk for a while without fear that you're being too much, or a place where we don't have to feel bad for leaving early if our social battery is low, or a space where I can recharge without having to explain my need for solitude. For all of the reasons why, it might be difficult to find spaces and environments like this in our lives. This is all the more reason to begin naming and being aware of the value of such things. This isn't about us trying to find a perfect place, and nor is it about us needing to be this version of ourselves that is solely focused on never being, quote, on. No. In fact, there are a lot of different factors as to why someone might have to be in a, quote, stage-ready state of mind. But instead, this is about recognizing that when it gets tiring and exhausting, we are still allowed to start considering what might it look like for us to have a space where we feel free to just breathe. Let's take a deep breath together. What might that look like? Do we already have that space? And if so, how can we spend more time there? And if we don't have that space, what might it look like for us to pursue that space? Are there any other people out there who are seeking this kind of space too? And if so, how might we connect with them? These are questions that we can take our time in approaching. Let us allow these questions to be a form of possibility expansion, a way for us to start creating small shifts right here, right where we are. So this week, let us continue. Let us continue to name our need for space, whatever that looks like. Even if we don't have it yet, we are free to take time exploring the possibility of what it could be. We are allowed to start considering what we might like to change and what we might need to carry on so that we still have room to breathe. Let us embrace this journey to find our breathing room. What does it look like for you to welcome breathing room? How are you? How was that? I love Morgan. Hello, warm welcome to anyone I didn't greet by name. Hello, Lisa. Warm welcome to you. Jeffrey Sherman says, I refrained from staying in a social setting yesterday when I needed space to recover a bit. I feel affirmed and encouraged by this. Thanks, Athena. You are so welcome. John Harvey says, I wanted to be like Gene Kelly, but I didn't have the talent. I am better at my writing than my dancing. I would love to see you dance, John Harvey. You know, consequently, where they have dancing and cake available is if you were to attend someone's wedding, you know. If you get invited to go to someone's wedding, you get to have dancing and cake. It's like the best of all the worlds that come together in one. Midnight Blue says, that's cool, John. I also write, and Jean is my favorite dancer. I do love Gene Kelly. Singing in the Rain. Midnight Blue says, I know what you mean, Jeff, about being in that social setting and needing space. Ninja Taco says, writing is great. Yeah. one of my good girlfriends, she does ballroom dancing, and she has invited me to go and to do it with her. I went to one of her ballroom dancing competitions to support her, and it was really, really inspiring, I must say. John Harvey says, Athena, picture Mr. Bean dancing. Then you know how well I can dance. I'm pretty sure you've referenced Mr. Bean over the years. John Harvey. Oh, you all are so hilarious. I'm going to get a sip of water, and we are going to transition into our compassionate healing strategy written by Dr. Ariel Schwartz. So please get a sip of water, make yourself comfortable, adjust the pillow behind your back. Perhaps consider stretching. So here we go. So this week's compassionate healing strategy, written by Dr. Ariel Schwartz, is all about developing healthy distractions. So many of us could benefit from developing healthy distractions, because if you are here on this YouTube channel, and whether you've been with us for 1 week, 10 weeks, or 10 years since we started showing up here together, chances are you are healing CPTSD. And if that is you, this healing strategy, it involves taking a compassionate and honest look at our potential avoidance symptoms. So if you tend to avoid, or if you struggle with dissociation, then let us take a few breaths and set an intention to mindfully observe our experiences with a capacity to lovingly accept ourselves just as we are, because we will walk away today with options for healthy distractions. Let us breathe together. So, if you're familiar with being fully present, it's also referred to as mindfulness. We talk a lot about self-acceptance, because if we're able to accept ourselves, that is when we can shift and change from our avoidance behaviors to healthy distractions. So let's look at some common avoidance behaviors that might be relevant to your life as they are in mine. So if you're healing CPTSD, chances are, one time or another, you may have had a tendency to stay away from people or places, or isolate yourself. Or perhaps you overeat when you're feeling emotional. For many of us, this is the case. Or we drink too much or use substances to avoid our pain Maybe we spend hours playing video games or watching television. Or maybe we don't want to admit to ourselves that we were abused or neglected. Perhaps we spend so much time caring for others that we ignore ourselves. Or maybe we want to control ourselves or others, or we lean more towards perfectionism, or we cancel our therapy appointments or forget about our therapy appointments. Maybe we lean towards workaholism and we bury ourselves in work so that we don't have to feel our feelings. Or maybe we rely heavily on thinking so that we can avoid feeling. Sometimes we numb out or dissociate. So when we talk today about developing healthy distractions, this is drawn from evidence-based dialectical behavioral therapy. And this healing strategy today, this compassionate healing strategy, helps us to explore healthy ways to distract ourselves from distressing emotions or memories. So together, we can create a list of positive coping behaviors that we can use to replace those existing avoidance behaviors that I just mentioned, especially if those existing behaviors have had harmful consequences in our lives. We might discover that we can still use some of our existing avoidance strategies for coping, so long as we use them in moderation, right? These healing strategies that we talk about week after week, month after month, year after year, they're not about working through our pain of our traumatic past every single moment of every single day. That's not realistic or sustainable. Okay? We can do that when we are with our trauma therapist. But for right now, let us look at these healthy distractions and think of ways we can weave them into our life as a short-term solution that can help us to prevent a behavior that we might later regret. So if you like to take notes, go ahead and jot some of these down, only the ones that you like, okay? These are some positive coping behaviors that are just suggestions. It's not a comprehensive list. You can think of some of your own as well. And these healthy distractions, they can help us welcome more breathing room into our life, because if we're utilizing healthy distractions versus the dissociative sort of mind-numbing avoidance that many of us, myself included, can sometimes lean towards, what it's going to do is it's going to take away that shame spiral element. Because I don't know about you, but if I participate in too many avoidance behaviors for too long, I have this deep knowing that it may not have been the healthiest thing for me, and then sometimes that can trigger shame. So let us list off some healthier distractions for positive coping behaviors. And remember, if these don't fit for you, just skip them. It's okay. It's okay to just skip them, okay? You can come back to this video anytime. So, healthy distraction number 1, and feel free to list some that you like in the chat box. Spending time in nature or going for a walk in the neighborhood. Or how about going to your favorite coffee shop? I love that. Or another healthy distraction. What about watching a movie that evokes a new emotion, such as a comedy if we happen to be feeling angry or sad? Or what about playing video games for a short while? Particularly ones where you can meet up with your friends online. Or how about reading an uplifting or an inspiring book? Here's one that I love. Moving our body in a healthy way, like stretching or yoga or gentle exercise without overdoing it. We could also listen to a favorite piece of music. Or, I was thinking of you, Ninja Taco, we could draw. We could use a coloring book, or we could draw using the computer. Or even just like a sketch pad with some markers or colored pencils. Or how about the scent of an essential oil that you find soothing? Or how about the smell of chocolate cake? We could even do some simple tasks around the house, like vacuuming or laundry or dishes. And I'm going to pause on that one, and I'm going to share with you that one of the ways that I struggle with dissociation is I skip over my daily chores. Like, I like my apartment to feel light and clutter-free. And when I'm struggling with like a shame spiral or a trigger or overwhelm at work or something going on relationally, I really struggle to do my chores. And so what I've been doing the last couple weeks, before I have my cup of coffee in the morning, right after I do my stretches, I turn on my meditation music, very similar to the one we have tonight. And I do some chores. Either I Swiffer the floors, or I wipe off the counters, or I load the dishwasher, or clean the mirror. Sometimes I water the plants. I do some simple tasks around my apartment. Here's one we can all do if we want to. Count 5 things that we are grateful for. I'm going to look out the window and I'm going to count 5 things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that the sky is blue. I'm grateful for the breeze that's blowing, that's moving the leaves on the trees. I'm grateful for my patio. Grateful for my patio. It feels very private and personal to me because I have a lot of plants. And that's another thing I'm grateful for. All of my colorful plants that are on my patio. I'm grateful that I live in an apartment complex where I feel safe. And one of the things I'm most grateful for is climate control. I love that I have an air conditioner. It's absolutely necessary. I don't know about you, but for me, if there are extreme temperatures, it can be quite triggering for me. So I'm grateful. And last, one of our healthy distractions. Dr. Ariel is inviting us to consider reminding ourselves that the pain that we experience in our healing journey now that we're away from the dysfunction and the toxicity and the neglect and the abuse, now that we're away from all of it, reminding ourselves that this healing pain that we're experiencing during our journey is temporary and that it will pass. The pain we have now is temporary and it will pass. So how about you? What are some things that you find helpful, like healthy distractions? Were you able to find any relief in this healing strategy? Let me get my glasses so I can read what you wrote here. Well, hello. A warm welcome to you, Mary. I'm glad to see you. John Harvey says, looking at a waterfall and listening to the sound of water. That is great. What a healthy distraction. That sounds amazing, John Harvey. Lisa says, I like Tai Chi and mindful lettering. I love that. I love that. What a great healthy distraction. Midnight Blue says, good reminder to do my gratitude list today. I'm so glad. John Harvey says, I'm grateful for my friends Venny and Lisa. That is wonderful, John. I too am grateful for my friend Venny. And I have a friend Lisa as well. I'm not sure which Lisa you're talking about. Maybe it's Lisa Lamar and Venny Kocius. Amanda, hello Amanda. I'm waving hello back to you. Amanda says hi from Vancouver, Canada. We warmly welcome you to our community, Amanda. We're here on Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern. We've all been getting together here about once a week for about 10 years. And we are grateful to meet you. We warmly welcome you. Amanda says, I'm newly diagnosed with CPTSD. And can I binge the videos on the channel? Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Absolutely. I hope that they serve you and they are helpful and supportive for your healing journey. Lisa says, I'm grateful for the support here. I am grateful that you are here, Lisa, and that you are experiencing support. You're very welcome, Midnight Blue. Amanda says, I like working out as I am a personal trainer. That is wonderful. What a healthy distraction. The Quiet Inside says, I like to sing to a playlist of Broadway karaoke songs I have on YouTube. Oh, that sounds lovely. That sounds amazing. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing and welcome. John Harvey says, yes, the same person. Oh, John Harvey, we have the same friends. Jeffrey says, Lisa, me too. It's so supportive and healing to be with all of you. Yeah. Oh, Amanda says, I will join all the time now. We're so glad to have you, Amanda. We're a warm and welcoming bunch. So we will end our time today with our Loving the Self affirmation, written by Lisa A. Romano. And Lisa says, I know that my negative self-talk isn't even mine. Negative self-talk is the result of faulty childhood programming. Beneath my conditioning is this magnificent creature, me. And today, I will hear my negative self-talk. And when I do, I will remind myself that it is all a lie. Old belief systems can be unlearned. I am learning to think and feel more appropriately in relation to self. I am worthy, and I always was. What a wonderful time being here with you all today. So grateful. So, once again, I'll be back here with you next Monday and every Monday. – 7 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join us every day, this channel is sponsored by the Foundation for Post-Traumatic Healing and Complex Trauma Research, also known as CPTSD Foundation. And there is a link. Oh, you're so welcome. Hello, Natalia. So good to see you. Yeah, the time zone, we're in that 2 weeks a year. There's 2 weeks a year where daylight savings is different in US and UK and Australia. And it can be really, really confusing. So we're really glad that you made it. But I'm sending a whole bunch of hearts to each and every one of you, and lots of hugs. Please be extra kind and patient and gentle with yourself, because you're worth it. And I will see you soon. Good night, everyone.